counting the R's in strawberry, or a lot of the tasks that basically involve tokenization issues, I think they're just mean and unfair on LLMs, because LLMs don't really speak English. They speak tokens. So tasks that require them to translate back and forth between English and tokens are significantly harder for them than similar tasks would be for us.
People said, how stupid are these LLMs? They can't even count the number of R's in strawberry. But the fact is that these LLMs are trained not with letters, but with tokens, which are subsets of words, chunks of words. Strawberry might be 3 chunks, STRA, WB, and then ERI. So it's actually quite hard for it to infer how many R's there are when it can't see the R's. It can only see the chunks of the words.
In some sense, they're not really seeing the individual letters.
Mm-hmm.
Often people will reach for the mirror test and they'll ask, can a child recognize itself in a mirror? And then dogs don't do that well on this task. And so now we might conclude, oh, dogs don't have a self-conception or dogs don't recognize themselves. But it turns out if you swap out a mirror and do a test where they can smell themselves, they pass the equivalent test without any trouble. It's just a matter of what are they most sensitive to? What sort of sensory apparatus is the one that they use for this kind of task? But to think that like, aha, look, we've shown that these dogs are idiots. Well, we didn't give them a very good test given their capabilities.
That's a fantastic example. Also, fun fact, at least some kind of analogs of the mirror test, LLMs can pass. So if you take a photo of ongoing chat with ChatGPT, upload it to ChatGPT and ask, what is this a photo of? It's not 100% reliable, but very frequently it will say things like, oh, that looks like you've just taken a photo of the conversation we're having right now, which is kind of cool.
The general lesson here is if an LLM fails to exhibit some cognitive capacity in some specific case, that doesn't mean it doesn't have that capacity at all. It might just be that it's context specific or has to be presented in the right way.
We shouldn't conclude from the failure on an isolated behavioral task to the absence of a given cognitive capability.
And this is the exact same standard we would hold any other animal in comparative cognitive science or psychology. So I just think if we're even entertaining the possibility that we're dealing with something with psychological features, why shouldn't we apply the same kinds of metrics and tests that we're using across animal species? What's supposed to be so special about machines that one screw up on strawberry all of a sudden rules them out?